This episode of the Rawder Kidula Show is proudly brought to you by JK Studios. JK Studios, capturing every moment. Coming up on the Rawder Kidula Show.
Then I have learned to love myself irrespectful. I can tell you, even when I'm in so much pain, I am swollen. Lynette can tell you because we are neighbors where we work. I swell kabisa. Others will ask whether it is a toothache. I say yes. Because Bell palsy, mine is severe. I'm always in pain, and sometimes it is too severe. When it is cold, is when not the last few months, you really feel the pain.
This is the Rodah Kidula Show.
Hi once again and welcome back to the Rodah Kidula Show. Thank you so much for clicking on the link and responding to the notification. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. That is a way of supporting what I do. And we are growing together even as we have these conversations that affect our community and our society. So thank you so much for your support so far. My name is Mrs. Rawder Kidula Kedaha. I just love the Lord and serving his people as well. So shout outs to number one, PALYS. They have the best cakes that I've ever tasted. I actually carried some carrot cake today for lunch from PALYS. So if you need cakes, please, this number, your plug. JK Studios, if you need videography or photography for any occasion, any event, birthdays, weddings, corporate events, looking forward to Christmas parties, bridal showers, baby shoots, go ahead and talk to JK Studios. They're the ones recording this and they do an excellent job. So today on set I have met two friends. Already we are friends. And I will ask them to introduce themselves to you first. We'll start with you, Mercy.
Good morning. Hi everyone. My name is Mercy Jerry Kimunga. Kimunga is my husband. I'm married for the last 29 years. And I have a 28-year-old and a 26-year-old, and I love the Lord, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for coming.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Lynette Kwamboka Motuka. Motuka is my dad. I'm married to Bowonko, a mother of one child, baby girl, 14 years of age. And I have 2 more children that I'm taking care of, so I count myself lucky to have 3 children.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So Mercy reached out on Instagram, right? And she told me about this condition that I have never really, from my perspective, I have seen it, but I have never thought about it in depth. So as you can see, when you it's something that when I meet you I see it, and I would like you to tell us about what the name of the condition is and when it started. And
Okay. I am a person or a lady living with Bell palsy.
Bell palsy.
Bell palsy is paralysis of one side of the face. That is you can physically see, especially when I talk. It's worse when you laugh. And the first time I got it, I was 16. That was in the early 80s. Then I did physio, it went back. And then 2009, I had to go for a head surgery. I had a tumor. Because already there was a weakness of the nerve. Actually, they call it the 7th nerve.
Yeah.
Because of the weakness, it came back. So I've done physio for so many years, for about 6 years, faithfully, from 2009, for about 6 years, but the nerve couldn't grow back or couldn't get back its strength. But I'm doing well. I thank God. I am I am now used to living like this.
Yeah, and she's
Yes.
so happy. I just love your personality. You are so full of life, and and as we were talking, some people, or let me put myself in the people, we can judge you by looking at you until we get to know you and just hear you and see how jovial you are.
Thank you.
and proud and beautiful,
Yes.
Yeah. So you're telling me that it's something that grows
Bell
and
palsy.
disappears.
Okay. From the little knowledge, I'm not a doctor, but
Yeah.
the little survey that I've done, number one, what I came to realize, Bell palsy can be a family thing.
Uh-huh.
When I look back, my mom had it at some point.
Oh.
It went back. Even when mine went back, when I went on the operating table, I hear they do measurements. The neurosurgeon then, after I woke up, told me that your face is not aligned the way it's supposed to be. But I hadn't given him the history of the Bell palsy when I was 16 years old. So when he operated on me, because I hadn't given him the history, this was not expected. So when it came, is when I told him I had had it. So the nerve became very weak. The only way to treat it is physiotherapy and painkillers, because I can tell you, you are in some sort of pain 24/7, but you manage. Yeah, you manage to live with the pain. And the other thing is, for some people it goes back. Because sometime last year in October, my daughter got it. She got a very sharp pain behind the ear. Then the following day, she had Bell palsy. But because it was early detected, you can't tell she has it. But for some people, it stays for long. Others get it when they're expectant. Something happens to the nerve, they get it. So there are many causes, but treatment, not yet known. Yeah.
And maybe we are wondering why Lynette is here. Because when you told me the two of you are coming, I was like, why is Lynette here? She doesn't even look like do you still say I have it?
Oh,
Or
what
I
I
used
can
to have
say, for now I'll say I used to have it.
Okay.
Because, when someone looks at me, no one will notice that I had it.
Yes.
But myself, deep inside myself, there are days I wake up and I feel like today I'm not okay. And sometimes I consult with Mercy, like yesterday I was consulting her. I told her, Mercy, I think my left ear, I don't know, I'm feeling some things inside. Like some funny noise in my left ear. Is it normal? So she assured me that, yeah, it is normal. She told me that she feels that thing like every other day until she got used to it. So mine comes and disappears. And sometimes when it's cold, you can feel even behind the jaw. The cold really affects us. So when it is cold, we really keep warm. Because I realized when it is cold, even my nerves, my hands, sometimes I cannot lift. Sometimes I cannot be able to work. So it is in me, though not visible.
Okay.
But I thank God because the far that I have come, the encouragement that I have got. In fact, when I got it, it was in March. I had traveled. On my way back, I realized my eye could not close. So I was like, maybe I'm tired. I need to sleep. Maybe when I will wake up, this eye maybe is going to behave. So I arrived home, I slept. The following day I woke up very early in the morning because I had felt that this thing is really disturbing me. It is not giving me peace. So when I woke up in the morning, I realized it has gone like deeper. Okay, I told myself I need to brush and then I leave immediately. I go to the hospital. There are things that you cannot just assume. When I was brushing, shock. I just felt like half of my face, it has moved. I rushed to the mirror. So I was looking at myself. I was totally a different person in a fraction of a second.
Yeah.
Okay, I was alone because my husband works far. So I gave myself courage. I didn't even tell anyone. I dressed up. I went to the hospital. The doctors checked me. But I had an idea. My sister, my smaller sister, had it. She got it when she was pregnant, 1 week to delivery. So I was the one who was taking care of her all through. When I sent her my photo, she told me, hey, Lynette, you know you're exactly like me. It hit me. This is Bell's palsy. Okay, I went to the hospital. I was checked. I stayed there. I stayed almost a whole day. Alone. I didn't even tell anyone.
What are they checking?
No, the nerves. There's some tests that they run.
Okay.
So I was patiently waiting there. I have not even told my husband. I have not even told anyone except my sister. When they were done, I came home. I was given some painkillers, just some painkillers. And there's a drug that they normally give us, but I cannot even remember the name of the drug. I went home. That is when it hit me. So when I reached home, I realized I could not eat. I could not chew. You see, my eye could not blink nor close. That is where trouble now began. You know, I cried. I cried. That is when I told my husband, you know what? I'm sick. I'm sick. He was like, sick. But we spoke yesterday up to around 11. What has happened? I sent him the photo. He got so stressed. You see, he's far. I'm all alone here. But I came to adjust myself. My sister really encouraged me. The following day, I told Mercy, you know I'm sick. I'm feeling like this. Mercy told me I'm coming. Mercy came. It was on a Tuesday. She stayed with me the whole day, together with my sister. They came the same day. You see, now we are 3 of us with the same condition. So it was like a chama there. Yani, we are talking and we are like, hey, it is well, it is well. So Mercy really encouraged us.
So you knew Mercy before?
Yeah, I've known Mercy for quite some time.
Okay.
Yeah, for quite some time. She's a dear friend. She really encouraged me. She has walked with me this journey. So I stayed in the house. Every day you wake up, you are looking yourself at the mirror. The first thing you do, in fact, you take a mirror. Even before you pray, you wake up and take a mirror and then you're like, ama nitapata niko sawa. So my kids were not around. They were in school. And I had gone to see them in school. In fact, when I was coming back from school. So that was in a span of 1 week. So when they came home, they came for long holidays. They got shocked. So I had to calm down and take them through what has happened. In fact, I was telling them, you see Mercy, my friend, they know Mercy very well. That is what is happening to me. You remember Auntie Ada, what happened to her? That is exactly what is happening to me. So I think wakaona, so people have this condition. It is not only our mom. So they started to adapt, and they really adapted. So they could wake up in the morning, they prepare for me juice, because you don't eat the solid foods. So I used to take a lot of juice and mashed potatoes. We continued there, physiotherapy. Even my children now, they became my physiotherapists in turns. We went to the journey. I started to see an improvement after 6 weeks. Yeah. Because even this eye, the one that I could not fix, I used to put on a patch, something that you put because of light. Sometimes you cannot be able to even look at your phone because of the lights. Maybe watching a lot of television. Now you keep off such things. But so far, I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank the Lord. We really encourage each other together with Mercy. Every day we tell ourselves, we are so beautiful.
You are.
We love doing makeup and going for photo shoots.
You are.
Yes.
Well, so that has been your journey.
Yes.
And you told us that your first experience was
When I was 16,
when you were 16.
I was in Form 3.
Were you in boarding school?
No. I was in a day school.
Uh-huh.
And I was in a Muindi school. And so when my dad, I remember very well my dad was in Sudan. We used to live in Langata then, Southlands. So one day I wake up and I can't brush. Everything is dripping off. Then you know that homa you get a pimple here.
Yes.
So my mom thought, that our parents do the best. She thought maybe that was the effect of that cold. So dawa here and there. When my dad came, akona tana. And because a long time ago, my dad used to work at MPESA as a HR. I know of a doctor called Dr. Shah. I think he's the only neuro we had then. And he used to be at Olumucho. So he took me there and he examined me, and he said that I have a deficiency of vitamins. So that time I remember Gold Crown had just been introduced. I had to take a full 1 liter at least by the end of the day, and then physiotherapy. I used to go somewhere in Hill House, but I had to cover my face. You can imagine a 16-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
So I would remember, would go to our bus at Kencom. Nimepinduka kuwa Muislamu. But you see, I am 16, my mouth is here. So I went on like that until I did my Form 4. Then I was told it had gone back. But as time went on now, is when I started getting very funny headaches. Headaches proper. Proper headaches.
So had it gone back?
It went back, but you can't see with the naked eye. Just like Lynette, you can't tell. It had gone back. But now when I got sick, when it was discovered I had a tumor, of course, when you go through a head surgery, your body is weakened. So like a weak nerve got more weakened, and I think it died. Because it went with the ear, I don't hear with this side. And then all the Bell palsy came. So the only thing the doctor could tell me was to do physio. Do you know I have done physio faithfully from 2009 to about 2011. Faithfully at Aga Khan. It started daily, it went 3 times. There was no real significant change. So I bought the machine myself to be doing it at home because it's also quite expensive. But I can tell you, Rhoda, even Lynette can tell you, Bell palsy affects your eye, this eye. Wind, light. Like me, I have to lubricate my eye, then I make tears. You feel like you have sand. I would go visit somebody and I don't even take a glass of water because what used to happen, you choke. When the food swallows, this side is slow. So you can, not always, but you may choke. So to avoid that scenario, si utakaa tu nimeshiba that way. So it's been quite a journey. Having children, people asking them what happened to your mom.
In fact, I would like to take you back, to take you back to 16-year-old. How was it?
I can say
in school.
Okay, number one, the school I was in was an Indian school. The headmistress was a Karasinga. She was called Mrs. Greywall. I was in Area Girls. And, she treated me so well. Even she wanted to bring these Indian dawas, pigeon soups, all those things, just to help me. She treated me well. To an extent, even my sitting position was changed in class. So in school, me, I was okay. The problem was when I was going home, we used to use Kenya bus.
Yes.
No, that is where the problem was when I meet with other age mates.
Oh.
So me, I used to cover myself permanently. I used to, like a Muslimu kabisa, I used to cover myself. And my social life went down. Yeah. It completely went down. Yeah. So until when I cleared Form 4 is not when it had like gone back. So people who saw me when I went to college, they don't know that story of Bell Pulse because they couldn't actually not sit. But I did physio for 2 years. When I was in Form 3 and when I was in Form 4. So I used to leave school at 3:30 to make it to the therapist at 4:30.
Yeah.
So that was my journey then. Yeah.
So when you were getting married, was it? No, it wasn't there.
It wasn't there. You couldn't see it. Yeah. You couldn't see it. The only thing I remember that Dr. Shah told my parents, he didn't tell me, but I had them. I don't think your daughter will ever get children. But you see, no, our parents it's old school. They don't share such things. But I could hear my dad telling my mom, but it was never mentioned to me. But you know, for some reason when I was getting married, hata sikukumbuka hiyo story.
You didn't remember?
I didn't remember it, and I am glad I didn't.
Yes.
Because it would have been a stress, and I never struggled for my children. So I am glad it was completely erased. So I remember that story much later on. Yes.
When you go back to Linet, during that season, you said it was March. How long did it last?
It lasted around 9 weeks.
9 weeks. Did you go out to the market, the shop?
I never walked out of the house for like 3 months. Until Mercy was calling my husband and telling my husband, kindly, just tell him not to come. Mercy could call me and I lied to her. Yes, today I will come. I'm even showering. And then I go and look at myself. Where am I going? You know?
What scared you most?
That's you know, even when people could come, when they come to visit you, definitely some are coming. You know those girls, some are coming to come and see what they have had. It's true. And someone could come, kifunguliwa mlango, you could just see. Yani like he or she wants to really distance from you. And I was so keen. I think that time God gives you some. I was so keen. Every person who was coming in, what I wanted to see is the reaction on their face. So the moment I see your reaction on your face, I will know how to handle you. Yes. Yes, there are people who could come, we hug, we embrace, we hug, we cry, you know? Yeah. And there are people who could come, you know, from that facial expression, you just feel like telling them, just sit there because this is not your space. Yes.
And how did you feel? How did it make you feel?
It really used to feel so down. Feel so down. But I thank God because I had a very supportive team. A very supportive team from my church. The church took care of me. Until where I live, people used to ask, and who is this lady?
Yeah.
Like people are coming here from morning, from 9 up to 11, late night. My friends could come, could leave work. They come from 4, they leave at 11. So that really inspired me.
Yeah.
So I realized I have so many people out here who really want to take care of me. And you know, my husband was not around. So he used to come on Fridays, and then he leaves Sunday night. Because at one point I realized he got so stressed. He got so stressed. He got so affected, even more than me. So he could call Mercy. Hey, Mercy anampatia assurance, you know.
What was scaring him?
I think, I don't know. By then I've never even asked him what was really scaring him that much. I don't know. But there's a day we were talking, so he told me, you know, I wondered, for how long are you going to be in the house? Because I never used to do anything, and I am a person whom I love doing my things.
Yeah.
I'm that person who is so clean. I love my things very orderly. So he was like, for how long are you going to be here?
Yeah.
Huh? For how long? And you see I'm far. I work far. So the kids are here. They had closed school, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. So I had to call my brother to come and take care of them, and definitely me. And even my family, they came. They used to come. They live far, but they took their time. They came to visit and give me that encouraging hand.
Encouragement.
Yeah. They really encouraged me deeply. But the stigma, my friend, in my mind I was like, I'm ready to stay in this house even for a year.
Is part of the stigma in your mind?
Then or now?
Then?
Yeah. Even there's a day I went to the hospital. You know, everyone was like, and I think by then I had started to believe in myself and accept myself.
Yeah.
I felt like there's nothing to worry. Why are you looking at me? I think this is very normal. Because something told me, Mercy has been walking like this for the last, I don't know how many years. I've known you, Mercy, this way.
Yes.
So, even me, I'm going to wear that thick skin. I went, I got treated, I walked out, so I went home.
You look at me the way you want.
Yes.
Continue with my life.
You know? Where we normally use when going home, that route, everyone was like, you know, that shock on them. So that is when I realized, okay, I need to start going out slowly by slowly. So I could go to the supermarket. Sometimes I put on my mask when I feel like, yesterday those people really looked at me so bad, you know. But pole, even when I went back to work now, I went even without a mask. Yes. And I realized, okay, now it is normal. Yeah, it is now normal.
I need you to talk to the people who are experiencing this, and maybe they don't even know what's going on. What would you tell such a person?
You know, when you have a condition that really you can't do anything about it, you really need to ask God to give you the strength.
Yeah. And
one thing that has really worked for me, even for me it wasn't that easy like that. Because stigma, let me tell you, will shut you down. Even if you are going to do something really, really nice, it will shut you down. And I think it's good that you have the Lord to give you, that extra. Extra gift of discernment that you know what energy is coming.
Sure.
For me, I can tell what energy is coming from there. By the time you figure here, there's either a wall or a welcome. Do you know, I have gone to hug somebody and anifanya hivi. Lynette can tell you when she has had it. Utaniambukiza. Mara ni witchcraft.
Sure.
Mara, maybe you did something.
What did you do for you to
be
get
like
that condition?
Yes, others think it's a stroke. You know, they come with all manner of stories. But me, that is what has worked for me. Because I realized I love photos. For many years, I couldn't do photos. That you are doing a group photo. By the time you are taking that shot, me, I'm long gone. I'm not in that photo. I realized, why am I being denied to do things that I love?
Yeah.
Why am I loved makeup. why am I being denied to apply the makeup? Because I remember one day somebody told me, even without makeup or you apply,
Even
nothing
with
much
makeup.
will change on your face. And I remember one day I was to mummy a wedding, to be a
in a
maid in a
bridal
wedding.
team.
Yes. And people had issues. You know, just issues because of the way you look. So really,
People in the bridal team.
it was the bridal team, 2 of them had an issue, but the bride didn't have an issue. So, you know, I opted just to not to take part, because, you know, you don't know that they think you will infect them with a disease. That's the way the society is. Because I've come, but if you see me, I'm known as Mercy because of my face. My sister is whoever she is because of her face. So the first thing you meet about me is my face. So the expression that you give me always make me know what energy you have come with. But of course, there are those people who are very, very generous, who wants to know what happened. You know, then there is this other group of people, especially the people who are in these multi-level supplements. They always see a business in you.
Sure.
Yeah, so if I were to take those supplements, I think I would have taken from more companies. So I opt not to even, I just do what is prescribed by the doctor only. So it's hard.
No, that is hard. Even just hearing it.
It's hard.
So for someone who, number one, there's no cause. It just happens.
It's a nerve issue. It's a 7th nerve, either weak or dead. Mine is dead. Probably for Lynette, it was weak. It revived. And no nerves really don't have medication. You only do the supplements. Okay, mostly the right for you, Neurorobin 40. It's a vitamin sort of B12. And only that, and then painkillers. You see, like for her, she says she's numb. Me, it's a bit of pain. Because mine is completely dead, there's something that is called facial pain. I can't pronounce the exact name, trigeminal. It's the most painful pain, even if you read about it, because it's a nerve pain. I have it throughout, but sometimes it is very severe. Extremely severe. When it is severe, you can even tell I swell more.
Sure.
You can tell. You can even feel the skin kind of moves a bit from the pain. But I've learned how to live with it. If you go to a church or any social gathering, you have to look for a place to sit. Because now if you sit near the speakers, that
noise,
the noise, you are not able to balance. Because our life is about balance. Light the same. When the sun is too hot, it is very, very hot on this side. This side it is not. When it is very, very cold, it is cold too much on one side, the other side it is not. So it is a very, very difficult life, not unless people understand it. But most people don't know. Yeah.
And we don't understand.
Yes.
We just look at you and wonder what's going on and walk.
Sure. Yeah.
We don't even like research about it. You know, I'm a victim. I'm learning even on this platform.
Yeah.
What about now for you as a mother? You have a daughter who had it. Has it gone?
For my daughter, you can't tell, but let me tell you, when she got it, and I was not even, I had traveled, and she called me and she told me, she sent me a photo and a video. Hey, let me tell you. Do you know I couldn't share it? We were very, very many of us ladies now. We had gone somewhere for like a holiday, a church gathering. I shared with no one. I shared with no one because this is my daughter. And I don't think I was ready to hear what I will hear. Because I don't know who I will tell and what they are going to tell me back. And this is my daughter. She's only 26 years old. So I opted to keep quiet.
She got it at 26.
It was in October last year. Because when I was traveling, I remember she told me she has a pain behind her neck. She then, in the middle of the night, she wakes up and tells me, Mom, the pain is too much. And even that morning, I gave her medication to bring down the pain. And I remember in the morning, she's the one who took me to go and board the bus. Then the following day, she sends me a photo. I was in so much, I shared with nobody. I think I only shared with my family members, and I also shared with Lynette because I was really scared of any comment. Because I have had enough of mine.
Oh, yes.
I didn't, and even when they were growing up, like I remember when she was in primary, she was asked very funny questions
About her mother.
about how I look and So I did not want anybody to ask me any negative question over my daughter. So I opted to keep quiet. But now you can't tell. She constantly has to go for review, not to get it back. She constantly has to do vitamins to keep her nerves strong. Yeah.
How was it for her?
For her, I can tell. For her, she was in a mask throughout. Mask throughout. And not any other color, black. It used to cover up to here, Yes, she was in a mask throughout. Until I reminded her, hey, you've gone back to normal. Still, she went and bought a whole carton.
For herself.
For herself.
Because of the comments we will give. And at her age, a young adult.
Yes.
She was in school?
No, she's working.
Oh, she's an
engineer. It's last year. She's an engineer. She was working. And to make matters worse, she was in worship.
In church?
In church. So that went down a bit.
Even as people in church, we don't understand.
No, nobody understands. Very few people. I remember one day somebody told me a very, 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 very sad thing. Okay, generally I love to talk. I come from a very noisy family. And we were somewhere, that you can be sharing a view.
Yes.
And I shared my view like anybody else.
Yeah.
And this person told me, gosh, Mercy, you love to talk. But have you ever looked at yourself on the mirror? Me, that was the end of me and that grouping. I left immediately. That's
the audacity.
And that person is a nurse. So she's supposed to have the knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a nurse. It gets worse and worse and worse.
I have a gift for your teens. My name is Rawder Kidula, and I have 2 books here for your teens. This is for my beautiful teen girl. This is a book for your teen girls. And this is You're Now a Man. This is a gift for your teen sons. These are great gifts to give to your teens at this time. They talk about different topics: peer pressure, mental health, faith, working hard, finances, and so on. So get a gift to help you disciple your teen daughter or teen son, teen nephew, and whatever teens are around you. Thank you.
If there's someone maybe in that condition, with this condition right now, and they are under or hiding because of these comments, because of the stigma, what advice would you give them? Because you hid at some point and then you found courage to finally...
Yeah, definitely. Before you come out courageous, first of all, you need to replan yourself. And you see, when you get it, you don't know for how long you're going to have these conditions. So at first, you live in denial. I know even Mercy, she was in denial those first years. You live in denial for some times. But me, what I can tell people, being in denial is not bad. But as time moves by, you need to start accepting that is you. Because me, the moment my sister told me, let me tell you, Mama Clarissa, now that is you. You'll never, you're not going to be different. As for now, that is you. I want you to start accepting yourself now.
You're not encouraging that it will disappear, it will go.
She just told me straight to the point.
Oh.
She told me, you're my sister.
Yes.
Me, I'll not go around the bush. I'm going to tell you what is there. She used to tell me that be strong and you're going to be okay.
And has also disappeared.
No, it has not disappeared.
From that time you were saying
It has not. Hers has
pregnancy.
taken like 1 year and 1 month. Yeah, 1 year and 1 month. She still has it. She even had to resign. You see this stigma issue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she had to resign from her place of work because she told me one day I went to work and the reaction that I got from people. So she went home and said, no, is it a must I have to work?
I can't live like this.
She resigned. So the first thing that I'll tell people, it is for you to, first of all, accept that condition, accept the situation. It is going to take some time, definitely.
Yes.
You know, you cannot get it immediately and you're like, this is me. No, it has to take some process.
Yes.
You have to listen to your inner self. There's that inner thing that tells you, is this the right time to accept it? But a day comes, you just realize, so today I'm okay. So I've realized this is me. You start seeing yourself even more beautiful. I even used to take a lot of photos, by the way. A lot of photos.
I need to see your photos.
Yes, a lot of photos. And I'm like, today I'm much better. Today I'm good. It really encourages you. You'd stop listening to what people are saying because that is something that pulls you so down. Imagine if today you listen to everyone who spoke bad about you. Because like 90% are going to speak about negativity
Oh yes.
of your condition. 10% are going to encourage you. Now can you imagine which one will weigh you up or down? You pick up yourself, you say, this is me. I'm ready to walk this journey. And I don't know for how long I'm going to walk this journey, but I'm ready to walk it. Whatever comes, you take positive vibes. Sure.
And even the doctors cannot tell you how long it will.
Yeah, they don't know. They definitely don't know. They're just hopeful. They're just hopeful. Encouraging you to do the physios, to take the multivitamins. But they are very necessary. Very necessary.
How would you want a stranger to react, or to, not necessarily a stranger, maybe you're going for a social gathering, a wedding. When people see you, what advice can you give them? What can you tell the society about Bell's palsy?
Okay, me let me say what makes me happy.
Yeah.
Of course, when you see me, you know, sometimes you can't hide shock
Oh yeah.
because it comes naturally. Yeah? But if you ask me what happened to me, I'll definitely tell you. I've had how many surgeries? 17 of them. You know, and 7
Because
for the
of
head.
the same condition?
No.
The
Tumors in the head.
So
So if you ask me, do you know I don't hide any detail? I don't. I'll tell you. But anything negative, like, you know, what does your husband think of you? What does your children? Those are really, really negative.
you meet someone and that's the question
They'll
they
ask
ask
you
you.
that. Yeah, people ask you that.
So in short, I don't even know how to phrase it. In short, when I ask you how does your husband view you, I'm looking for something negative.
Yeah, that is very negative.
Already that is negativity.
Yeah, because you see, my husband already accepted me. Since 2009, I've been like this.
Yes.
We have tried everything. I have even tried putting a nerve.
Oh.
I have tried putting a nerve. I think I was the second one to be put a nerve in Kenya. We have, the first time it backfired. I went the second time. So really, we have tried everything. So he tells me, okay, I got used of you. My children tell me the same. In fact, I remember one day my son telling me, Mom, you know, I even forgot how you used to look. You know? So really, there's a way you can always ask a question, like, I don't know which best way to ask, but there's a way, even a tone can tell you this is negative energy.
Yeah.
The tone of that, like not somebody telling you that, hey, Mercy, you dress very well, but your face, You know, people tell you all those things. If you know, like I was telling you earlier, that I don't like saying it loudly. There was an issue of my teaching in Sunday school because of my condition. Yet I was a leader. That
In church.
In church. That children will be looking at me and what. But I can tell you, as a fact, if there are people who are honest, are children.
Oh, yes.
There's this particular girl I always remember her where we live. When they came to welcome us as neighbors, there was a wheelbarrow. She was a very small girl then. She stepped on it to try and align my mouth. She's not, I think, in Form 4.
Oh.
You know, and you know that is who children are. She didn't know how to express it. She could only stand on a wheelbarrow and
feel it.
And tried to align my mouth. I remember there's a time also where we used to live. There was this small girl, because when I got the Bell palsy, mine was so severe I even didn't have balance. She just told me, do you know you walk like my dad when he's drunk? Very innocently.
Innocently.
Yeah.
So, but you can tell this child is innocent, but I can tell you, if you want to be hurt, you'll get it from grown-ups.
Grown-ups.
Yes.
I'm actually in shock because now I thought in church we speak love and kindness and joy and unity and all that.
I remember not long ago, we were in church. It was a function and I had to be done something. And the lady who was behind me, she said it in mother tongue that naogopa kushika huyu kama ako mgonjwa. You know something said in mother tongue. I'm scared of touching this person. She looks sick. You know, it comes out so strongly.
Oh yeah. And she's behind you.
She's behind me, and so she's behind me. And I asked the sister, why did she say that? No, she tried defending her, and I told her there's nothing to defend there. There is absolutely nothing to defend. So just like Lynette was saying, you have to accept yourself. This is how I have learned how to survive. I try to block all the negative energy, because that is what you get mostly.
Yes.
Then I have learned to love myself irrespectful. I can tell you, even when I'm in so much pain, I am swollen. Lynette can tell you, because we are neighbors where we work. I swell kabisa. Others will ask whether it is a toothache. I say yes. So even with that pain, my children even know, and my husband know, that if mom has not gone to work today, then she's sick. Me, I'm not those people who go to work at 8 o'clock. I go to work at 1. You know, that way, because Bell palsy, mine is severe. I'm always in pain, and sometimes it is too severe. When it is cold, is when not the last few months, you really feel it, the pain. Because nerves and cold are not friends. And yet, when you give me a cup of tea, when it is very hot, I have to cool it kidogo. Because now even this side cannot tolerate the heat, this side will tolerate, that balance. And then on top of all that, I ask God to give me grace. Otherwise, you'll create enemies wherever you go. And it is very easy. But if I know you have negative energy, I try to avoid you as much as possible. Because there are people who are constantly hurting you. I try to avoid.
Are there people you tell?
Well, at the moment, before I couldn't. Before I couldn't. But nowadays, I can. Sometimes at a point, I put in their place.
I can't come over and over again.
You know, I don't know whether it is right to say this, but there's somebody who. Let me not even say it.
Say it. We'll see if we'll edit it out.
You know, there's somebody who asked my daughter, well, because your mother's mouth is here, it's very hard for me to say it. Anyway, let me tell the people who are extremely mean.
Oh, yeah.
There are people who believe you have Bell palsy, You can't function like a wife, you can't function like a mother, you don't think. They even come to you in Swahili because labda you never went to school, because that is the way the society is.
We are so cruel.
Yeah. So for me, you invite me for a chama, I have to assess those people. She knows how many chamas have me. I have to assess. Is there maturity here?
Yeah.
If there isn't, no. So that I can also give Lynette her time to talk. I remember Kitambo in church when this came in 2009.
Yeah.
And I love that pastor to date. He called me on phone, searched for my number and told me, you know what, Mercy, I have discovered, I have noted. By the time we are saying the grace, you are maybe in the car. I told him yes, because I don't want to meet with anybody. I don't want to hear anything. He just told me, can you forgive us as children of God, because we are very mean.
We are.
For a whole year, I think I used to do that. And I would sit strategically. By the time when you have said the grace, amen, me, I'm long gone. And as I wait for my husband to come, I used to be the one with the car keys. I enter and I close the windows. That was my life, because it was too much. It was really, really too much. But with time, I have learned. You invite me for a function, I will come. So what you think about me after that, no, it is your problem.
Your business.
Yes. Yeah.
And you have a fellowship or a community?
We started one. You can hear we are like relatives. We have very small. We are very few of us. We are we 6? Because it's my daughter, her sister. Those are 4, and then 2 other ladies. All of them shy away. I think we are the ones who are a bit older than them. Yeah.
And are you inviting anyone with the condition to join you?
Anybody is invited, even recovering ones. Yeah.
Because it's important to have that community to know, hey, we are okay.
Yeah, we are here to encourage you guys. Sure.
We are okay.
Yeah.
And for a mother whose child, are there men?
Yeah.
In our group,
no.
Man, but they are men
who have Bell's palsy.
who have Bell's palsy.
How do you deal with a daughter? Would you advise parents to support their daughters who have Bell's palsy?
For me, one thing, and I think because I've done it for the longest, I have a very good relationship. Anybody who knows me knows I have a very, very good relationship with my children. My daughter, ever since, I don't know she was how old, anytime we talk, she knows I love you. So even if I don't tell her I love you and you are beautiful, she wonders.
What's going on?
Yeah. Because you see, she's dark. And you know the society brown people are more beautiful than the dark ones. So I had to grow up and Shiro, I love you and you are beautiful. So till today she knows she's loved and beautiful. So I have always told her that, and I even told her, no, we don't talk about this Bell's palsy, you don't have it. Yes. Yeah. So we don't talk about it because it is for her. I told her it is gone.
Yeah.
When the Lord takes away mine, your time we'll talk about mine has gone as well. But for the moment, I am okay the way I am because I function as a mother well. I do anything. I remember your birthdays.
Yes.
You people tell me to go see your friends' parents in hospital. I mean, that is the way I still, the normal things mothers do, I do. And I mother some of their friends. So what else do they want from me? Only the face to change, one day it will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just be there for your child if they have the
You have to be there and also reassure them.
Assure them.
The reassuring is the most important. Yeah.
I almost said especially for girls, but even for boys more.
Sure.
Yeah. I remember when Lynette got unwell, somebody came and asked me, gosh, what will she do? And the way she loves makeup. And I remember telling this lady, I also apply makeup in my condition. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to apply even when I was unwell, so that I can start seeing how I'm gonna be looking.
Yes.
And I was looking okay.
Yeah.
Looking okay.
You accept
Yes.
and continue with
And
it.
you know, I even told myself, you know, even God knows. He gives you something that, Anajua, you love this thing, you know. I'm going to give you something that maybe will make you to remember me more.
Yeah.
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 How would have people treated you better?
Oh,
Especially those coming to see you in your... You know, I've brought my strangers, we can say,
yeah.
they were not ready for this. I've just come to their face. The
Yeah.
shock is there and all that. But I've brought myself in your house.
Yeah. You know, people who are coming to my house definitely are people who know me well.
Yes.
So there's this number of people, this percentage of people who come in with frowns. You know, already you've heard this person is sick. You know, by the time you're coming, you definitely know, you have an idea of how she's looking like, isn't it?
Yes.
And since you want to confirm, now I want to tell people out here, anytime you go to visit a sick person, leave alone Bell's palsy, any other disease, maybe you're going to her home or to the hospital, you know that first appearance that you make to a patient, it really matters. You know that appearance, sometimes it either kills your spirit or lifts your spirit
Yes.
from how you looked at that person. So when visiting someone kindly, even if you've been told that this person has no eyes, this person has no neck, go there with a positive vibe.
Yeah.
Don't go there shocked, frowning. You know, it really puts someone down. There are so many times people could come in and immediately they leave. I could just start crying and ask my brother, Kwani, how am I looking like?
How bad?
I have some mirror in my house. She knows that mirror. It used to be next to my table. So I had to take that mirror again and have a look at myself, and I'm like, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
But I'm okay. So my brother could tell me, Apana, you know, it is because they have not seen you, that is why they are shocked. So he used to encourage me, and I'm like, okay. But let us have that positive vibe. When you see a patient, kindly go there, being positive. Sometimes you can go there, you find someone, you frown. By the time you are leaving there, that person, the morale is so down.
There was.
And some people maybe have blood pressure. You know, there are so many things that run through people's minds.
Yeah.
Because that is the time I even realized that I had sugars. I had never known. So my husband came with the machine and he was like, Mama Clarissa, you're drinking a lot of water and you're saying you have a lot of headaches. Now today I want to take you to test your sugars. You know, I was so shocked. My sugars were 19 and I'm there. So maybe it is the shock, you know. It was the shock. But I've been working on it. I'm working on the sugars now. This is something that came up together with the Bell's palsy. Me, I didn't have sugars. I just realized I'm having it. But currently I'm working on it. Now it's at 6.5, 6.7. For me, that is a positive note.
And do you ever feel like you will wake up and it's back full?
Yes. Yesterday when I was calling Mercy, by the way, that feeling came in me. Because I realized, what am I feeling? You know, those two funny small feelings that you feel. Because even when this one started, it was like a small feeling that started. You know, shaking of the eye. It cannot close. And then it becomes dry. So I was like, Ama, it might have moved to my ear. Yeah. So I was feeling some things in my ear. I had to ask Mercy, Sana, we spoke Sana. So he told me, yes, it is very normal. Me, I normally feel those things. For the last, I don't know how many years, I normally feel them. So I think I'm planning to go and see an ENT for me to be sure, because I don't want to leave anything unturned. Yeah. My next move is to see an NT so that he can rule out anything that I might be having doubts on. It is very possible for it to come back. Yes.
Wow.
Actually, the noise she says, you know, I can't explain the noise. It's like
sparks.
stars, like, I don't know. It's permanently in the ear.
Right now you can feel
I
it.
feel it, yeah. So, you know, even me, I'm always on pain. Permanent pain. So when you're able to look for something called trigeminal pain, that one I have because of the palsy. And of course, you know, when it came first, you know, you had to put an elastoplast for you to sleep.
Yeah.
Because the eye can't close.
Sure.
So for me, they had to cut my eye to stitch it. At least, it is small.
Yeah.
So that at least it can close to some percentage. Then at night I just do like that.
So you can't close that
No,
eye.
you see, there's still, but it could
Unless
close.
you put the pads.
You
There's
put
an iPad.
you have to put. So when you sleep, you are asleep, but the eyes wide open. So when you wake up in the morning, it's like somebody poured a whole track of sand on your eye. Yeah. Then, no, of course, not for me, the ear. But the ear, because I don't hear with this side. But that one is another, it's something else. The tumor that made me get this had eaten up the whole ear. So the ear had to go. So they did an artificial one to give me balance. So it's quite a journey but God is gracious.
Yes.
Yeah. So you learn how to live with it and what works best for you. And more importantly is to love yourself the way you are.
Yes.
If you can't take hot tea, cool.
Sure.
Yeah. If you feel you're going to choke, you know how to twist your mouth. They even had to do my joke because of the palsy. I would yawn, you hear a crack. So even teeth, because it's already crooked.
Yeah.
And they aligned it. You yawn, you laugh, there's a problem because you are not aligned. But the Lord has been gracious, I can tell you that. And we have very many people who love us, of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because of that part of eating.
Yeah.
Do you know you cannot eat in front of
Yeah,
people?
you have to put something.
You cannot. You have
Because
to
it
wait
will
for
drip.
people to go so that you can continue to fight for yourself. Yes. Sometimes you put on a beep like a baby. Anyway.
Yeah. But now we know.
Yeah.
And I hope for everyone who's watching this, now we know even how to treat you better and stop like reacting. I can't touch her. Oh, I will get seriously.
Yeah.
And the way, you know, I have just met you today and I'm already used to you.
Sure.
Like I won't feel like
The shock on
I
you.
won't have the shock and all that. And even as you are talking about children, they will get used to you.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, they get used to you.
They get used to you.
They embrace you so much.
Yes.
They come and hug you. They come and kiss you. They come and give you that assurance that you want. You know? They support
the biggest
you.
problem is the adult.
Yeah, you know,
Yes.
a long time I used to wonder. You'd sit on a table, maybe on a dining, maybe in a function, and you see people walking away. I used to wonder why. Then you know you start. You know
What is wrong with you?
Yes, just to realize. Okay, maybe you smile.
You're the problem.
So me, even if you walk away, I'm okay. I remember I went for a fellowship somewhere, and my prayer partner was to give her a gift.
Yeah.
And she almost fell with the seat when I was going to hug her. You know, okay, it only hurt me because my husband and my daughter were there.
Yeah.
But if it was me, I'm used.
Yeah.
You know,
You're gifting me and I want to run away from
me, I
you.
went home with my gift, so I got used, and I try not to get involved in many things, especially in church, because I also need to protect myself.
Sure.
Yes.
I don't want Christ to come and find me in that state of anger, and I miss heaven, because you know I have carried too much. So I try to do bare minimum to avoid being stigmatized.
For a single lady, you're both married.
Yes.
For a single lady having Bell's palsy and wondering, will any man ever accept me and love me? What advice would you give them? Or the opposite, maybe it's a single man wondering if I go approach a lady like this, going through that stigma in their singlehood, what would you tell them?
Okay, me what I can say. If someone really loves you, Bell's palsy is not something to stop him or her from loving you. Because this is a journey. You never know about tomorrow. Maybe there's someone else out there who has a more serious condition, more than the Bell's palsy. You can say today, I'm not marrying this person because of this condition. You go and marry someone else with even a more serious condition. You know how God works. You're not judging God, but you know God works in so many ways. God can decide, okay, you said you're not going to marry, you are not going to marry this one. I'm going to give you something bigger. Or something that is going to disturb you all through, I'm going to give you a punishment.
And after that, this one gets...
And after that, after some months or some years, you're going to find this person really well, really okay, even with the same condition, but God has blessed him or her in a much bigger way. So let us not look at this condition as a barrier to marriages. No. We encourage people to even come closer, be more closer. That closeness even will make you to heal. When you find someone is embracing you, someone loves you, someone is taking care of you, even the healing journey becomes
easier.
Becomes easier. But if today you walked here and realized, maybe I've been single for the last 6-10 years, maybe I got that condition when I was young, you will start thinking that, is it because of my condition that I'm not getting married? It will traumatize you. You see. So let us not have that perspective. These are just normal people like any other person. A person with Bell's palsy will do everything. Apart from maybe that short duration of their sickness. When the healing process begins, everything runs normal. Mercy is here. Mercy goes to work. Mercy is married. She's a mother. She does everything until I admire her. She's a vibe, this lady.
She is.
She goes to birthdays. She goes to places. She travels. Nothing is barring Mercy from doing anything.
And her marriage is thriving.
And her marriage is thriving.
29 years.
Imagine.
So if it was to be stopped by the condition.
So many years ago.
When my husband, because where he works sometimes, they have to travel with spouses. He has never told me apana. We go together.
And if there was a problem, he would be the first one.
Exactly.
And let me tell you today, Mercy's husband, he is very protective. You cannot touch this lady. He's overprotective.
His wife.
He's ready for anything, Yes.
Touch her and you
will face the consequences. Yes.
What age is the youngest you've seen someone with a condition?
The youngest I have seen is a young, I think he's in Form 4. I don't know him that well. That is the youngest I have seen.
Okay.
A young man.
No, I was thinking of the age because we've seen other people who are able differently, or you call them disabled, in other ways, even after an accident or what, and parents hiding their children, not proud of them, and it just crossed my mind, like if a young child gets that, then the parents need to be the ones like your husband, don't touch, don't touch my child.
When you say that, as we were waiting now, when we came here, I was sharing with Lynette when my son was born. For lack of a better word, he was disabled on one foot. And I remember the first visitor that came, and they spent, I remember my husband telling them, by 5 I want you to be out of this house in the morning, because of just the comment, because they said God creates the blind, the deaf. He had a plaster when he was 2 hours old. And even me, I was in shock, because when they took the doctor to talk to the mother, they took the doctor to the wrong mother. So when I now fully got some energy to see him, he had a plaster up past the thigh.
Yeah.
No, he's a good man. He's a tall, handsome man, Kevin.
Yeah.
Very. So, and he was my firstborn.
Yeah.
So what happened after that? Anybody who would come and see him, you'll only hear the cries. If at all he cries.
No more catching the baby.
Yeah, no, that was not how my husband protected him. But with time, I think it's because of the first comment. So what I'm trying to say, no, things are different. That was in 95. No, things are different, and we know better. Because some people don't say things because they know, they say out of ignorance. But if you're able to bring up your child, you never know who will see that child and tell you only need this one thing for a turnaround. So I think hiding is not the best thing, because you're also denying that child a social life.
Sure.
And a lot of many other things, and a social life. You don't know what abilities they will pick in between. So you are denying that child a lot of things. The same way when me I had when I also locked myself in the house for some time, then going to church became my shootout like a bullet. I was denying myself a lot of things as well. And sometimes you can also create fear among people.
Oh yes.
Just to fear you because of just the way you behave. So I think exposure is not a bad thing. Yeah. Because you don't know who will be led to you. Yeah.
That's true. And how can someone join you? Well, in fact, let me start by asking, are you guys on social media?
We are a very new group, and then other than Lynette and myself who have come out, others want to be.
They still want to be under there.
Because they are young.
They are not ready to come out.
To come out. You see.
No, personally, would you go on? Have you been bullied on social media?
Only once on Facebook I put a photo. That is not the reason why I'm not on Facebook. It didn't even bother me. And somebody just wrote, you are chewing that gum. I don't know if the person thought I was chewing a gum. You are chewing that gum. I don't know that he said, I can't remember, but it was bullying.
Yeah, that is bullying.
And I just assumed. But bullying has also been done physically.
Oh.
I remember the time I was on the line for voting. When we go voting, and I remember, that sometimes there's confusion on those lines. And somebody made a very bad comment and said that watu wa mdomo inakaa hivi wanasimama wapi, Because I just asked, was it K ama M, where is it? But I just got used to it. I just ignored.
How are you able to ignore?
I ignore, because you look, who are you going to argue with? You look at that person. The people who can never win, who can never lose an argument. Yeah, there are people who will never
They're
lose.
They're not even worth your time.
But there are some people, of course, you'll tell, there you've come too much.
Yeah, that is wrong.
Yeah. My daughter is one who had that thing of putting a full stop on people, but I told her, Bushiro, just stop it now. Even my son. So, and so me, I put photos all over. I love photos.
Yeah.
I'll put them.
People can be mean.
Yeah.
So you are saying you are a small group now, but if you want to join, you can even comment on this video, then I will share her number or direct you on how you can be part of the community. Because I believe that the more you encourage one another and support one another, it's easier. It's easier to walk the journey. Wow, I've learned a lot today. I feel knowledgeable, and I'm so glad that you came. Thank you for reaching out, and may God continue blessing your marriages and your families. I always thank God for spouses who support each other. I would want to meet your spouses. I know yours is camera.
Yeah, maybe if her husband pulls me.
Yeah. We will pull them.
So that they also give their perspective on how they can support to other people who can support people going through different conditions,
Sure.
even other diseases and sicknesses around.
Sure.
You know, I'm always pro that, and I'm so proud of people who would say, she is my wife.
Yes.
Even when the society says whatever, this is my child, you know. Yeah, so thank you so much. Say thank you to them on our behalf, and thank you so much for being on the show. Maybe a parting
will.
shot, what you will tell the community watching.
I think what I've learned through this journey, you are where you are for a purpose. That's what I've learned. Because I wouldn't wish this for anybody, anyone, even my worst enemy. But I know I am like this for a purpose. There's a reason, and a big reason. I'm yet to know it, so I embrace it. And love myself more, and also live my life to the fullness, to the glory and honor of God. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lynette, your final words.
Let us love each other, because you don't know how tomorrow you are going to wake up. Today you are like this, tomorrow you're going to be a totally different person. Let us embrace each and every person out here. Definitely people are going through a lot.
Yes.
So when we find someone out here who is able differently, someone with a condition, someone who is down, let us be there for them. Let us give these people a shoulder to lean on. Because even for us, for our recovery journey, definitely we got people who gave us shoulders to lean on. That is why we are here today. We thank God for each and every person who really has taken time to stand with us, because it has been a journey. But all the glory we give unto God. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed the learning, and I hope you have learnt as well. Let us know your opinions, your comments on the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so. Share this video so that we can create awareness on Bell's palsy. They are normal people. Very normal.
Very normal.
Very fun.
Yes.
Normal human beings.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.